We had a mini workshop today with some parents. Please do ask about future workshops that we'll be having. What I do is actually explain about the Speech Sound Pics Approach, and one of the best things about it are the speech sound clouds. There's a speech sound cloud to represent every speech sound in the English language. So here's S. If you look at this cloud representing the speech sound R, that shows the sound pics. The sound pics are inside the speech sound clouds. We focus on speech, and speech is translated into pictures of sounds. We call them sound pics. Now we follow an explicit order of teaching, but we start off with SAP In. We start off with the green level, and we also have readers that follow in line with this. So look at these. This is dandelion, and this shows how when the children have learnt SAT it, it's a slightly different order. We actually start off with SAP In and then go on to dandelion. But if you can see here, every time they're learning a new set of sounds, so a new set of sound pics, op, they can read new readers. But we start off with SAP In. SAT, in. This is the first group in the Jolly Phonics programme. Here in these pictures are read write ink characters because we've got letter formation phrases. Slither down the snake, round the apple, up down the leaf, down the tower, across the tower, and so forth. This helps children with their letter formation, and it also helps them again link the speech sound to the sound pic. Here are some preps that have been using it for a time. Now these preps are actually really confident. The boys are flying. It's really appeals to boys in particular. But I would strongly suggest that you have a whole term, if you're teaching prep next term, a whole term of just SAP In, just the green level. So many things you can do with it for encoding, decoding. It's not just being able to look at this, the picture and say what it is. It's about the blending, segmenting, so many things to do. So let me support you on it, but I would strongly suggest that you build your confidence first.
And the last level.
We had to do the last level.
Did you do the blue level?
Oscar kept saying, we've got to do the last level, we've got to do the last
No!
Did I level?
Did you look at the blue level, the really hard ones?
Yeah.
You are all so clever! Was it easy?
It was too easy. You need to
Do you
get
remember what the
something
last
harder.
one was?
We will get something hard. So these children are confident with green, purple and yellow levels, and they're actually wanting to go on to blue. Now the approach very much starts with listening. It starts with speech, children who've got speech and language difficulties, because we're really helping them hear those smaller parts and words and pronounce them correctly. It's a really good component for all children, but especially children with difficulties. As long as children can hear, and we actually help them hear the sounds differently, as long as they can hear, any child can actually learn to read, to write and spell using this approach. Look at these sound pics. It says grain waves, so the child doesn't always have to look at it and try and work it out, and they probably know what it is. And this is why it's great for self-discovery when they're really looking at these things through things they're interested in, because they can say, I've got grain waves, hear the words. A. So look, there's two of them. A. G-R-A-N. A. We have a speech sound family. This is the S, P, E, Ch, S, Ow, N-D, K-ow, speech sound cow. The K-ow. So right from the beginning, we're saying that the speech sound cow only speaks in speech sounds. You can have a frog, you can have a teddy, whatever you want. So here's Imola, and she's decoding her book to the speech sound cow, because of course she only speaks in sounds. It helps them to decode. So Imola might read this as p-at, so that the speech sound cow understands, and then she says pat, so she's blending. So can you speak in speech sounds? Can you say, my name is, and then say what you had for breakfast, only speaking in speech sounds? Sounds.
M-I, N-A, it's, J-O, M-I, H-A-D, B-A-K, on,
Otten.
okay, or, B-R-E-K,
Perfect. Now you have a go. She's practiced. She knows how to do this. Now This is a wonderful parent that's been coming in to actually help in the class, so she understands the Speech Sound Pics approach, which is why she's so good at speaking speech sounds. Adults, whether they're teachers, whether they're parents, whatever, generally aren't so good at this, so please don't take this as the norm. She's really, really good at this already.
You have a go. So think of my. So what can you hear? Forget the letters. Just think I. So I. N. How would you say name? Just say the word name. Name. So n-a-m. Well done. Keep going. She'll help.
Are we allowed to count on our?
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Sounds?
Yeah.
Like, we've found that's a lot easier.
Yeah, that's what we do. Fish, ish. Oh yeah, definitely. Because then they know.
To hear the sound.
Yeah, definitely. And it's actually more difficult for you guys because you're thinking print first.
Yes.
Instead of just thinking the sounds. Forget the print and just think the sounds. So say my name is.
I.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done. Fantastic. You tell me what your name is. So my name is.
I. Now,
Etten.
it is.
Yeah, because N is you just blending it, so it's still h, e, or etten.
Okay,
Really
we
simple.
did breakfast before.
B, r, ek, ast. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. My name is. So just say my name is, and then your name.
It's.
Oh, you've got an accent. Yeah. So tell me name. So do name again. Yeah. F-E-O-N-A. Fantastic. Is it? Do you say nam? My nam or name?
Name.
N-A-M. Fantastic.
It's. Joe.
Joe?
Yeah.
Joe. Well done. It's difficult, isn't it? Because you're thinking of the letters and not the sounds. So just think about the sounds. Oh, you're also. Yeah, so how easy did you find that in speaking of speech sounds?
Difficult.
Because?
You had to unlearn
Yeah.
what you borrowed.
Yeah. And something that is so natural, we speak, and especially me who speaks, I keep getting told, I'm sorry I speak so fast, you speak so quickly that our brains aren't hearing those smaller parts because we're so used to speaking. Yeah, and what you do as well is you think about the letters. Like if you're saying name, you're thinking, yeah, but it's N-A-M-E, so how do I do that? Instead of forget that, what do you hear? Yeah? 3. And I always do the 1, 2, 3s as well at the beginning because it helps with their ordering. Because if for prep children, well, even if you've got the 3 lines there, if you spell sat, they're still quite happy to start with there and then go backwards. So we do 1, 2, 3 because most of them, even if they can't form the 1, 2, 3, they know that's the order. So we do 1, 2, 3s. So we're doing names. So what are we sure of? The first sound. Let's give us the first sound. Okay, so that's a picture of n, and I'll tell you, yes, that's the right picture for n. What can we hear at the end? So let's put the What can we hear in the middle? A. Now I'm going to tell you, this is the picture for A. Aim. So when it's that one, what do we do? What do you think that little line's there for? It's a little seat. It's a little seat for him to go and sit on. So we move him. So when we're actually writing it, so we hear it as an aim, but when we write it, if that's the A, we jump him over. So now we read it as an A-M. And the children start to look at it and see that, but see it as a little sandwich that's an A with a sandwich with an in between. Even within prep, we're doing split digraphs. They don't know they're doing split digraphs. So flame grills. So if we've been doing it in class, how fantastic if they can go home and parents as well are reinforcing. Look at this, here it is. Or A. Here's an example of where Boyd shows Divine how to do it. These are preps who have only been doing this for just over a term. So, okay. Oscar! Okay, Divine, I'm going to show you. Divine, you ready? Whale. What did you hear? What? All. Yeah? 1, 2, 3.
Jump early today.
Yes, then he jumps over to that. Boy, you're so clever. Wow, just go and show. Where's your thing?
two. Emma, it was this one.
On this one?
Yeah.
In green, where's the A sound? Show me.
A something E.
Oh, yes. Waves. Yes, so that's this one. That's the one that's... Oh, it is. Oh, Lily, wave. And you put the little line there. That is amazing. Lily, you are so special.
So we start off with the SAP In Level, and we want children to look at this and see this is a picture of I. It's one of the pictures of I. This is one of the pictures of T. This is one of the pictures of S. So if I can also blend S, it, and hear that it is the word sit, then I can be reading words within the first 3 weeks of term. S, it, sit. I can also learn to spell words. Tap. Say the word tap. What sounds can you hear? T, ap. Okay, let's put them on the lines in the right order. T, ap, tap. So we're reading, which is decoding, and spelling, which is encoding, within the first 3 weeks of prep. But what's really important to remember is that this is just one of the pictures of S. So we're teaching this as the first one, but what we need to do is show the children that there are various sound pics to represent the speech sounds. And if we do this visually from the start, it's much easier for the brain to understand it, rather than how people traditionally teach, which is starting with the print. We start with the speech and we expose the children, we teach explicitly, but we also allow for self-discovery. We're allowing their brains to be exposed to a lot more information, and the brain absolutely thrives on it. But this is especially important for the children who are traditionally failing within Australia. The children that we start from print, sight words, readers that have code in it that they can't possibly decode, so they've got to guess, memorise. Those children are going to really struggle. So with SSP, they don't.
What do we know about this? 7, there's 7 again. Oh, no, 7. This isn't your song. Is a sound you'll hear a lot, but not in tin or pin or cot. You'll find it in the of words like pat and also hat and so there's the rat, dancing rat, and she's on the mat. Oh, it's a flying mat. It's a flying carpet, flying mat, and there's the hat. So no, 7, it's not this one. So SAT pin. So this one must be T. Oh, it is. There's a cloud for T. Oh, no, 7, this isn't your song. And look what I've done. I put the T. Why is he angry? Do you think he's... Well, let's find out why he's angry. What's on here? What's this? It's a pterodactyl. And what are these? Oh, and a pterodactyl there. Oh my, I think it is about pterodactyls and tomatoes. Goodness, I doubt that it's a pterodactyl, but better not leave him on the window sill. If you move in haste, that means fast, he might jump out. If he squashes Dad's tomatoes, he's bound to shout. And look, he is. He's bound to shout. Ha! What a lot of things hopping. Kangaroos hopping. Is it 7's song yet? No, 7. This isn't your song. We're happy hopping. Hopping. Hop, we're happy hopping. We're happy hopping. Give us some music and we'll never stop. We've got him jumping up and down in his...
When he's making.
Oh.
There's a frog jumping in.
The frog's hopping and hopping and hopping with the ants. Wow. Set in.
So right from the beginning, Even though we might explicitly be teaching a set of sound pics, the children are exposed to words all over the place. I mean, I'd hope they are. So if we're looking at the word soccer, I'll break it down for the children. So we'll say, right, let's say the word soccer. What can we hear? Sock. Let's do the 4 lines. So what could it be? And then we've discovered, here's another picture for the k sound, or here's a picture for the sound.
I just plastered the sound pics all down our hallway.
Yeah.
And so Daniel was doing the same on Thursday. We would just pick a word. Because we speak in sounds all the time.
Yeah.
He would just pick a word, and he said blue.
Yeah.
Ooh, mummy, that's another ooh. And I said, yes, but what ooh?
Which one?
It?
Yeah. And that's why we had the clouds. Because we have a cloud for every single speech sound in the English language. So when they're saying ooh, they can go to the cloud, and that's all free. Go on Facebook, it's all free, just download them all. So it's a visual representation, and you imagine for a child with speech and language difficulties and whatever, how much easier it is when they can actually hear it, and then they can go and see it. You know, they can put it all together. And as the 5-year-olds were yesterday, you're going to just choose one of these objects on the table. Actually, I might have a battery. Let's have a look. Choose one of the objects on the table, and I want you in 1 minute to discover as many sound pics as you possibly can. So just choose one. Look at the word. So like peanut butter, one of the children came and said smooth. So that must be a picture for the. So choose one of the things. There's 5. Oh, fantastic. Oh, you're just so polite. The children the children are like, come on, let's get on with it. So look at the writing. Now, if you were 5-year-olds, I'd say, if you don't know the word, then I can tell you it so you can figure it out. But just write down as many sound pics as you can find in the object that you've got. I'm going to ask you all for one that you can see. So tell me what you can see on there. Tell me a sound pic. So what about, if this is soy snack, where's the oi sound?
OY.
Well done, there. It's just there, so write it down. So if we've got peanut butter, which is the sound in butter? Yeah. Well done. Have you write the E?
Would be the
yes,
E-A.
Yes, for per-E. Per-E-nut. But, yeah, fantastic. And like Mitchell came and said 2 T's for the butt.
Oh,
so it's 2 T's for the butter. Peanut. Peanut. So where's the per? There's the per. Where's the E sound? Must be that one. Put E. So those two. So write the E and the A. Put E.
I did.
You did that one already? Oh, what about Where's the one?
I did and double T.
Oh, well done. And the double T. You too clever. Okay. So if we've got colour me. So if we've got colour me, which is the E sound on there? It is that one. And what about happy? There's another E.
Yeah, the one.
Yay! So you've got 2 E's.
So here's the speech sound cloud that shows all of the pictures for the E speech sound. Remember, it's not the letter E, it's not the letter name E, it's the speech sound E. So here are all the pictures. So see how much easier it is for children. We're not using any, we're not saying vowels, long vowels, short vowels, whatever. We're not saying, all we're talking about are speech sounds, what you can hear. We're always starting from speech. What can you hear, and how's it translated into the sound pics? So if we were trying to listen to the word, for example, a name, Lachlan. Now, even though it's spelled Lachlan, and if we start from the print, life becomes very difficult. If we start from speech and think, well, how did this say the word Lachlan? What does it sound like? And then we found the cloud that represents that speech sound. So we found the cloud for all, and for o, and for k, and for all, and for and for n. And then we look at in it, and there we can find the sound pics. This exercise is going to help children with their reading and their spelling, so that we really are shaping reading and spelling brains. Keeping it really, really simple. There's a lot of children that can cope with all the information, but the children I'm really speaking out for are the children that we're currently really, really failing in Australia. We need to change the way we're teaching reading, writing and spelling to be able to be truly inclusive. If we don't meet the needs of children who have dyslexia, speech and language difficulties and whatever, if we don't meet their needs from the first week of prep, then that is not an inclusive education. What we're doing is waiting for them to fail, identifying them, and then helping them. Whereas we know so much now that now we know we can actually use SSP to teach every child as if they have a dyslexic brain, teach every child as if they have speech and language difficulties, because the children who don't are only going to benefit anyway. Please do join us on Facebook. It's all free. I subsidise everything through the money that we get from school PD training and what have you, so that everything else can be free. Download all the clouds, get everything you want, and I will keep updating more and more free information, free lessons, free resources, as much as I can to support. SSP is really, really exciting for boys. Boys can actually outperform girls using this approach, whereas in Australia we're traditionally failing boys on a big scale. This is instead is what I want to see for boys, for all boys.
Come and show me what you've done. Did you do this all by yourself?
Fat frog.
Fat frog, so is it your own story?
No, it's for you. It's for the Speech Sound Frog anyway.
Wow.
Fat frog. The fat frog is on the log. The fat frog jumps into the pond splash. Fat frog jumps away.
That is he's an author. He's written his own book. How old are you, Oscar?
5.5.
5.5. And look, he's written his own book. He's made his own book. I wonder if anyone can do that to me.
Yes. Okay.
Dan's confident in reading the word without looking at the pictures. He knows this is ak, and also that it's only one of the pictures of k.
Ready? After you videoed him, then it's my turn, okay? And then we take turns. You take turns.
Sounds. King. Now just check on mine if it's that k, if it's a different k. Is it the K k?
This is yes.
Sally's having a go first.
Can I have?
But I want to hear you read.
A term ago, Jaden would have done anything to get out of having to sit and read. Now he's choosing to sit there and read. And he is actually reading.
Oh, Jaden is reading beautifully. Let me hear. That's beautiful. Can you put something in the table? Fish. Let me see. What's that one?
Boyd's another one I was really worried about at the beginning. Not so much about his capabilities, but about his confidence. He was thinking he had to guess from the pictures, and he was always looking at the pictures first to try and guess and getting quite panicky about it. And in the end, actually, I had to say to his mum, let's cover the pictures, because we want him to realise he can decode. As long as we're giving appropriate readers so they are actually sound pics he knows and can decode, this means he'll gain confidence in the actual reading part, not the guesswork part. So for me, seeing Boyd here actually decoding before he's looking at the picture is wonderful.
Catfish.
Boyd, give me high five. Do you know what I love there? You looked at the sound pics. Dogfish. Boyd.
I read this.
Did you read it to me? Hold on. Wait.
Then I hold it out. And I'll try read this.
Wait, I want to see Jaden's gorgeous reading. On
A mat.
Jaden. Wow.
He's asking for the Speech Sound King.
Beginning
Earth.
was hot and volcanic. There was thunder and lightning after millions of days and night. Began to fall.
You are so amazing. Wing sang.
I can blow hard, I can blow soft, I can blow warm, I can blow chill.
Caleb! Wow, he can blow an awful lot, can't he? He can blow warm and cool That's a male. What's he eating? Well done, and Mitchell did it perfectly. He just did the missing sound, not the whole word. He did it. So he can call it then. Oh, sorry.
You did the
H one.
Oh, lovely. Look. Well done. So it's the if.
I did do it. That's the M.
You do it. Right, you ready?
And that's the M.
You ready? Look, we've swapped boards. Are you ready? Who's going to get it this time?
This is an A.
Who's going to get it? Oh, well, I'm going to trick you this time.
I don't know. Is it A?
No, this time.
Fish. Oh, I don't have a fish. Fish. Pig. Fish. Pig. Oh,
Nicholas.
I did fish.
The bottom line is, all I want is for every single child in Australia to be able to read, write and spell. I believe that this is something that every single child deserves. And I think any child that is not reading, writing and spelling to at least their minimal expected level, we need to look at why, and we need to see that as a society we are failing those children. Sure, we can blame them on not listening, we can blame them on the parents not being interested, we can give all sorts of reasons, but what I'm saying is that you could challenge me to go into any school in Australia, any prep class in any socio-economic area with children with English as a second language, whatever, and I'll teach every single child to read and spell. And if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks so much for watching. See you on Facebook.